There is an absolute epidemic in the world of sales today that I think it is time we address. I think we have to address it. There are so many salespeople who are doing so much over-promising and under-delivering, also known as the bait and switch for all you new people out there. It is really frustrating to me because of how unnecessary it is. What seems to be happening is we get to this place where there's a fork in the road and you have this moment where the client asks you a question, or maybe there's something that you should disclose but you don't. And the fork in the road is, do you tell the truth and risk losing the sale? Or do you withhold information or potentially even lie about information because you believe that this will get you the sale instantly and you will get the gratification of closing your transaction? What a lot of people don't understand, and what I've been trying to educate salespeople for the better part of my adult life, is that when you withhold information, there's actually a really good chance that your prospect or client can sense that you're lying to them. And if they sense that you're lying to them, then they are more likely to not do business with you. But if they feel like you're telling them the truth, even if the truth is not what they want to hear, there is a higher likelihood of them doing business with you, because at least they know they are entering a partnership with somebody who is honest, right? And I think what's happening, and I'm going to get a little philosophical here because I genuinely believe the culprit right now are sites like Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube, all of the dating sites, anything that will allow you to manipulate who you are for a very brief moment for the sake of instant gratification. And I think that a lot of organizations do this with leaderboards. And if you have a gong when you close a sale, or you reward people only for the transaction as opposed to rewarding them for the process, then it actually leads to them only wanting the transaction to get the quick buck or put a quick smile on their boss's face, not realizing that the real lesson here is customer loyalty. What tends to happen is this aha moment, right? I think we all have it, where you realize something about yourself or your tactics or your strategy, and you make a change in it so drastic that it helps you become a better person, a better closer, a better salesperson, so to speak. For me, I'll tell you a quick story. It's a good one. It's the truth. I remember being 12 years old. Not sure if you know this about me, but my family moved here from Israel when I was a kid. We lived in the suburbs of New York. And if you've been to the suburbs of New York in the winter, you know that it snows in New York. And I remember having a snow day, and it was the best thing in the whole wide world. Now, while the other kids were at home playing video games and watching TV, yours truly over here decided to be a little entrepreneur, go out and shovel snow. And that was kind of my first real taste of salesmanship or entrepreneurial work. So I go out, I knock on a bunch of houses, I get 9 houses to commit to paying me $10 a piece, and I'm gonna shovel 9 driveways, okay? So that's the deal, we'll start there. So I start on driveway number 1, I finish, not realizing that it would take me about 20-30 minutes per driveway because the snow was thick that day and it was especially cold in New York that day. I keep going, I get to driveway number 2, I finish, an hour goes by, I get to driveway number 3, I finish, now I'm at an hour and a half of work, and I am exhausted, and I decide to call it. So I go home, my parents asked me how my day was, what did I do today? I said I was in sales today and I was super proud of myself. I got paid for 9 driveways, but I only had to shovel 3. And I'm thinking, as I'm bragging to my mom and dad about how I only had to shovel 3 driveways but got paid for 9, I'm thinking they're gonna be proud of me because I was able to trick the system or maneuver the system in some way and get paid for work that I didn't have to do. I'm thinking I did a great job, not realizing that I was about to get maybe the biggest verbal butt whooping of my young adult life. And man, did my dad go off on me, and my mom went off on me. And I'm sitting there as a kid not realizing why I'm getting yelled at. And furthermore, my dad grabs a shovel and grabs me, kicking and screaming and crying, by the way. And he says, we're gonna go back out there together and we're gonna finish the job that we started. And I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me right now. Like, it is snowing, it is cold. And he's like, I don't care. We're gonna finish the job that we started because no one's gonna say anything bad about this household. No one's gonna say anything bad about our name. It's not about the money, it's about our name. And that statement, it's about our name, is what resonated with me years later. It didn't click until many years later. We went out, we finished all 9 driveways. We get home hours later, and the lesson there is he didn't want, and my parents, both of them, they didn't want anybody in our neighborhood thinking anything bad about us. They only wanted the neighborhood families to associate our last name, the Schechter last name, with honor and the kind of people that do things the right way and the kind of people who stick to their word. And they certainly didn't want anyone to associate our name with a family of, shystiness or cheaters or greed or anything like that. And he kept saying this over and over again. Your name is your business. Your name is your business. And that's my message to you, people out there right now who are getting a little bit greedy. And I think you've seen a few too many movies, whether it's Wolf of Wall Street or Boiler Room or Glengarry Glen Ross. I'm dating myself here a little bit. You're chasing your name on a leaderboard, and you're chasing hitting a gong, or you're chasing financial satisfaction. If you're a small business owner, right? Instant financial satisfaction. But it's not the right way to do business. And I think deep down inside, you know that, right? Now, the other part of it, and I think that's really contributing to this, is that you might work in an organization, or you're a small business owner and you see your competition or somebody else in your organization who is bending the rules a little bit, and you see them getting a ton of financial success, like instant financial gratification. And you're thinking to yourself, well, that guy's doing it, so I should be doing it too. But you know that guy is selling with a non-authentic manner. So you're asking yourself, well, if they're doing it and they're not getting stopped and nothing bad is happening to them, well, then I should do it too, right? And that is not the right way to think, right? That is the wrong way to think. That person, whoever that guy is, whether they're a competing business, whether they're another salesperson in your organization, even if they're another leader in your organization, it is not the right way to do business if you see them doing something that you know to be wrong or not authentic or not moral or not ethical, but you see them getting financial success because of it. It is still not okay to do it. We have to stop bait and switching. If you have the fork in the road and your decision is to bend the truth in order to make the sale, you're gonna find yourselves 3, 4, 5 years down the line still struggling to make the exact same sale, when the person who chose the hard route, right, the person who chose the more difficult path but told the truth initially, that person might not close as many businesses or as many transactions as you initially, but long term, over a 5 or a 10 year or a 15 or 30 year span, that person who told the truth initially will have a pipeline so big full of referrals, and they will have a name for themselves as somebody who is trustworthy, that they will never struggle for business ever again. Their phone is going to be ringing and people are going to want to be doing business with them. And if you choose to bend the truth, you're always going to be the one struggling to get new business. It's just the way it is. That's been my aha moment in sales. And I implore you, right? I beg you to choose the path less taken, right? Robert Frost, and there was a path and I chose the one less taken. All right, I'm not going to get philosophical here, but you're going to find that when your prospects see you and perceive you as somebody who tells the truth and know that it was difficult for you to be honest with them in the moment, they're actually more likely to do business with you because they're willing to enter a relationship with somebody who is honest.